So I've been at the shop for close to 18 something months now, and I've come to realize, especially with as many miles that I've put on my bike itself, is that you do need to do maintenance. And so many people come in and have neglected their bike, just keeping chain cleaned up or tires aired up properly, and keeping the bike clean. But it makes a huge difference for a bike to run efficiently and for you to have as little problems as possible, but also wear and tear. If you don't properly keep a chain clean or a correct one on there, you're going to wear out the other components of the bike. So it's huge that you keep up with the maintenance on a bike. And when the guys say, hey, 50 to 60 hours of ride time, that's about a good time frame. You've ridden a couple hundred miles already to do maintenance on the bike, just like you do on a car. But it is key to keep a bike maintained so that you can keep riding and have as much fun as possible.
You should never hear your bike. You should only hear the tires on the road, the gravel, any of that. If you start to hear rubbing and clicking and a whole bunch of noise, it's time for service. So officially have 5,300 miles on the checkpoint in about a year and a couple weeks. And you've got to do maintenance regularly. We wash our bikes all the time, especially being a gravel bike, but you've got to keep up with them. If you start to hear noises, that's when it's time for maintenance. And your bar tape. Keep your bar tape up. Make sure it feels right, not too dirty, because it can get moldy. Proper air pressure. Keep these tires aired up. Makes it more efficient for riding. Doesn't wear them out as fast, especially with tubeless. Depends on where you're riding, what pressure you should be at. Maintain it daily if you're riding a lot. Some of my new cable housing, I've got orange housing on here for my cables, my shifters now, and that's a huge thing as well. Those get gunked up inside there. They don't shift as well after several hours of riding. But change those out, clean them out, get them swapped out, make sure they're clean so you get a good shift every time. Come past you. You would not believe how many times we see people come in with a bike that's been stored for 10 something years, and they expect to just come in and get a little lube, a little air, and then be off on their way. When you store these bikes, you've got to maintain them. Your tires are going to dry rot, your tubes are going to dry rot, your brakes are going to dry rot. People don't understand a rim brakes, that's rubber, and it's just going to give out after years and years of sitting there. Keep that chain oiled, lubed, greased up. Definitely do not use anything that is just regular lube. You do need a bike lube. And we usually say at least once a week. Clean it off, hot rag or hot water in a rag, and then lay down some lube on it, wipe that excess off. Should be good. And this will actually keep the drivetrain as quiet as possible and smooth as possible.